Sam.
Just like showing the rings.
Wait.
Hey, now we're at the heart of us together. Let's go.
It worked for a couple seconds.
Shield wall.
Not this show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Stupid.
Bitch. Right.
How low can you go?
Title. I don't know. I'm a baritone.
Title.
Working title.
All right, boys.
Working title!
Hey, everybody.
I'm Adam.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will, and we are
Working Transmutation.
Transmutation.
Did you see what Sam transmutated
No.
for the video last week?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You'll have to find out.
Yeah, you'll have to watch the episode.
The one that
we transmutated you into the video.
What the? You literally just said you'll have to find out.
But he doesn't know in what occupation.
Okay. Yeah.
I hate this. I'm so done.
Guys, we're back for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Episode 6.
Road of Hope. Last on, we had the introduction to Scar. I think Al got half of his body decimated, but I think they're gonna go to the automail place to get him fixed up.
Their hometown.
There is a whole new group of people that we were introduced to called, what are their names?
Oh, the Ishvalans.
The Ishvalan, and there was a big war between them and...
Scar is one of them.
I guess, what do you call people like Ed and all of them?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a name for that, but other people
I almost said
are
Eldians. I'm not gonna cap.
I was gonna say Eldians too,
Yeah,
just to fill in the
seriously.
word. But we have a war that happened, regardless, and Scar's not happy about it. And it looks like there's a lot of shady stuff happening with the government right now. That includes some of the Sin people, like the Lost Gluttony and whatever. So,
And you nailed the other one.
Envy, yeah,
Yeah,
I got
you nailed
introduced
it.
to Envy as well.
Yeah.
Yes! Let's go!
Yeah, very
called
briefly.
that.
Very briefly. I don't know much about her. Will was not here for the past two. For those who want to know your thoughts, make sure you stay tuned for the post talk, and you'll get all of Will's thoughts from when he had watched those growing up. So, for the time being,
Guys, if you enjoy this content, make sure to leave a like, punch the subscription button, notification bell is right there. Leave a comment down below about what you thought about this episode and what you thought about our reaction to this episode. If you want to see this show 1 week in advance, check it out on Patreon. Vinland Saga is also on there.
And this is not a market substitute. If y'all want to watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, go check it out whatever anime streaming service you prefer. Then come back to YouTube, watch WorkingTitleReacts. We're gonna punch it. Bah!
It is impossible to create something out of nothing. If one wishes to obtain something, something of equal value must be given. This is the
See, like, okay, so I watched this in the sub, and not saying that this wasn't here. I don't remember, like, this part where they explained it every episode.
I remember.
When I watched it in the sub. So, I don't know.
I don't remember any of the intros to this show.
I love every single one of these intros so much.
and you're allowed to turn this one up because the muffle works. So we don't get claimed for this one, which is awesome.
God, it looks like he's outside the walls. No cap.
That's what I say every time. Like, I know I'm not the only one who thinks it when they watch this show.
This came out first.
I know,
Just
I know,
let you
I
know.
Well, which manga came out first?
This?
This?
Yeah.
This is easily one of the better intros we've had for our reaction panel. Yeah, he's my favorite character.
I love Scar.
FYI, he is my favorite character right now. I told Adam, we were literally talking about him when he made his appearance. I was like, I'm so hyped for him being in the show. And then, like, the very next episode was, like, all about him. I was like,
Yes.
praise God.
There he is.
Scar, the man who was responsible for killing a string of state alchemists, came after Edward
Serial
Elric.
killer.
Ed was ready to accept death at Scar's hand.
Anti-hero.
Thanks to the intervention of Colonel Mustang and the military, Ed was able to escape with his life.
Oh, so hype.
Ed and Al, realizing the joy of being alive, were once
I love
again
Alphonse.
determined.
Great! Now my arm fell off!
They decided to return to their home in Risenbul to seek help in repairing their
Risenbul.
bodies.
The road of hope.
Istanbul, maybe? Substitute word?
No.
No, I was taking a shot.
Lieutenant Colonel?
The folks at the Eastern Command Center were a little too busy to make it down here today, so I came to see you off instead.
Great. Well, would you mind
Wait,
telling
he's
me
a higher rank than
what
Roy,
Major's
right?
doing here?
I think currently, yeah.
Protection. What would happen if Scar came after you again? You're in no shape for a fight
Wait,
now, Ed.
Major Armstrong is with
The
them?
Major's
Yeah.
here to help. Just try to grin and bear it.
Children can be so stubborn.
Hey, shut up, a new child! Are you sure Al made it on board?
Of course.
Ah.
Speaking of sheep.
I thought he might get lonely without little company.
Brothers, it's a bit of farming!
Okay, you boys have a safe trip. Stop in and give me a shout the next time you make it to Central.
Oh, I can't say it enough. I'm so happy we're watching this. Seriously.
I think I'm more happy that you guys are happy that
Oh.
I'm watching it than you are watching it.
Yeah.
This is easily like top 3 favorite anime.
Dr. Marcoh! It's me! Alex Louis Armstrong from Central!
Oh boy.
From Central.
He's from Central, a talented state alchemist.
I'd run too. Look at this man.
The possible medical applications of alchemy.
Guy like this doctor might know
Oh,
some
that's
useful
beautiful.
things about bioalchemy.
Bioalchemy.
Excuse me, but do you know who this person is?
That was a
by any
great
chance?
drawing. What the heck?
He'll see any patient and he never gives up on anybody. We're lucky he's here.
You see this big bright flash of light and then you're cured just like that.
I love how people are so naive to, like, alchemy. Like, you see a big light and you're healed.
Alright, tell me what you two are doing here. Have you come to take me back?
Look at Al just in the box.
Calm down. I don't ever want to go back. So you're here to silence me then? No, nothing like that. I won't be tricked by you. I'll ask you one more time. Please calm down.
Alphonse!
If the rumors I've heard can be believed, when you disappeared, you took top secret materials with you. To have to dirty my hands researching that thing was too much.
What thing is
That
that?
thing.
It took so many lives. During the Civil War, so many innocent
Dear
died
Lord.
because of it.
It's like a
I've
weapon,
spent my
maybe?
whole life trying and still never atoned for the things I've done.
All I'm thinking is
But I
like
had to do
mustard gas
something,
type of
so
stuff.
I came here to be a doctor. What exactly was it you were ordered to do research on? What thing? The Philosopher's Stone.
Oh!
The materials I took were my research documents, and the stone itself.
You mean you still have it? It's here?
No. No way! I don't believe it.
How can that be the stone? It's a liquid.
It's like the Aether, maybe? Does it turn into a stone? Oh, that's so cool.
Just as the Philosopher's
Don't touch
Stone
it.
is called by many names, so it can take on many forms. It is not necessarily a stone.
Yeah.
This is an incomplete product, however. There's no way to know when it will reach its limit and become unusable.
Finished or not? If imitation stones this powerful can be produced, who's to say a complete product can't be created? Please, Dr. Marcoh, I need access to your research materials.
Major,
Oh,
who
boy.
exactly is this boy? This boy is a state alchemist, Doctor.
Yeah, put some respect on his name.
He's only a child.
A mad child.
After the war,
Dang.
there were many state alchemists who turned in their certifications because they refused to serve as human weapons anymore. And now a child.
There is no other way.
This show's got great music, by the way.
What?
So was the halfway
So
marker.
you committed the taboo.
You've done the deed.
Amazing.
I hate how they have to call it the taboo thing.
Or they just had sex.
Anyone as talented as you will be able to produce a complete Philosopher's Stone. You must not seek after the stone.
Not even if it's to get our bodies back?
Never. This is the devil's research. If you chase the stone, you will go through hell.
I'm already.
I was gonna say he's already been through it, Chief. That and the internet.
Please just leave.
I guess.
Maybe the internet is hell.
For some reason, if they did a live action of this, Harrison Ford should play that man. I get Harrison Ford vibes.
You know, while I was watching this, I was like, this would be an amazing RPG. Like, just this world already.
Even an incomplete Philosopher's Stone could be useful. You could have taken it from the doctor by force.
Yeah, I wanted it so badly I could almost taste it.
But still, we don't want it so badly that we'd be willing to deprive
I
this
was
town
gonna
of
say,
their
come
own
on,
doctor
Armstrong, that's
together.
not great advice.
We gained plenty just by
This dude's a
finding out that the
military
Philosopher's
man,
Stone
like,
could be made.
He's power
Now
hungry,
we
man.
just have to look for some other way to do it.
Sees an opportunity, he's like, let's take it.
Wait.
What's up?
He's gonna give the notes.
This is where my materials are. If you're certain you won't regret learning the truth in the end, start looking here. Look closely. Maybe you'll find the truth hidden within the truth. But
This was a manga, right?
Yes.
Before it was an anime?
That's
Yeah.
how all anime start.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that.
I think most do.
First branch.
Oh god.
I've been looking for you, Marcoh.
Hero was thinking there was a good man. Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist. Will didn't do it!
Damn it, Will.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to hear it. I didn't want to hear you guys do it.
We are it.
Winry rock battle, right? Rockfell, rock battle,
Rockwell,
Rockwell.
I think.
Oh dear, what have you done now?
Yeah, a lot has happened. Can you fix this up?
Evil
This
Granny.
is Major Alex Louise.
Look at how tiny she
I'm
is
an
compared to
awful
him.
rock bell.
I'm more scared of her than him.
I know I haven't seen
Rock
you for
bell.
a while, Ed, but you've gone and grown smaller.
Granny, you've got it wrong. You're supposed to say how big you've grown lately, Ed.
But why, when I say something so clearly untrue?
I'm still telling you, you mini hag!
Yeet.
Winry.
Edward, I thought I told you to call first when you're heading back here for maintenance.
Wait, Ray, are you trying to kill me?
She hit a Grossberg and they're still short.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
still a tiny boy.
Love that.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little smashed up.
A little
Yeah,
sex,
sorry.
A little pet. Did you see what you've done to my beautiful creation? I slipped over this.
It's basically the same, it's just in smaller pieces.
I was gonna say, did you see that the dog had a robot arms?
I asked you that a while ago in
That's
one
cute.
of the videos, yeah.
Yeah.
Leg aside, but shake the arms in. We'll have to build it from scratch.
Is there any chance you can have it done in a week?
Give us some credit, Ed.
Done in a day.
3 days.
Easy.
But you'll have to make do
Let's
with
go.
this spare for now.
Between machining, assembly, connecting, and finishing, that's 3 all-nighters.
I'm sorry for all the trouble.
I was like saying when he's editing
Well, you want to
videos.
get to sexual as soon
say.
as possible, right?
The man. Yes. Remember when he like just wants to hug them to help?
Yeah.
He just punched a tree to death. Now he has sticks.
I haven't seen Edward anywhere around the house in a while.
Yeah. He said he was going off to visit his mother's grave.
Yeah, okay. This music's just gonna terrify me now because I've associated it with
Major,
Daddy's hurting.
what kind of
Dad
jobs are the boys
hurts.
leaving?
I'm curious, Madam Rockbell. You speak of the Elrics as though they were your grandsons.
I'm a friend of the family, you see. The boy's father is an old drinking pal of mine. One day, he up and left the village, abandoning his wife and sons. I don't even know whether he's alive now or not.
Just him in the distance.
Come to think
I was
of it,
hoping.
Madam,
By the
where are
tree.
young Winry's parents?
Gone, Major. They both died in the Civil War.
Winry's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son
Damn,
was
I was
one
hoping
of
that
the
they would
surgeons.
still be alive.
They went
She
to
could
the
like go and
battlefield
find
to do
them.
what they could. There were never enough doctors for all the injured soldiers.
It was terrible war.
Yes, it was indeed.
What about the house they grew up in?
Oh, I don't know if they want to go back to that. Is it still
It's
even
gone
there?
now.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
The
say
brothers don't have any home to return to.
I probably would have demoed
The
it
day they
too.
left after Ed had gotten his state certification, they burned down their own house.
I would too.
I was
My
gonna
guess
say.
is they did it because with no house to come home to, there could be no turning back.
It's like as soon as you see that thing down in the basement, the house, the image of that place you grew up in is like forever tainted.
Tainted, yeah.
We should head back.
Damn. Well, it sucks that the memories weren't good enough to like maybe consider keeping it.
I'm back.
Love to try and bring your mother back to life. What a tremendous sacrifice to give up your arm in order to transmute your brother's disembodied soul. What determination to burn down your own house to make sure.
What determination.
Come, Edward. Allow me to hold you this time.
Put on your shirt!
Ugh.
Sneak peek, sneak peek.
He's got long hair, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you working hard so early in the morning.
Been
She's
up
up-
all night.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dick.
You're still at it, busy as a bee. At this rate, you must be almost done.
One more all-nighter.
Shut up, she's busy, dude.
Get out!
I love how like much taller she is compared to him.
He's just so tiny.
It's perfect.
Give him 3 days.
It's all ready.
It looks bulkier. Oh, pretty much the same. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
On 1, 2.
Oh god. Oh.
That's the worst part every time when the nerves have to
So is there
connect
like
that.
The nerves have to connect.
maybe you can't answer this yet, but is there like magic that goes into the automail process?
I'll be sad to see you
Or is it
go.
just like advanced mechanisms for the time period?
I think it's just an advanced mechanism.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
The smell of oil, the hum of the ball bearings, the rugged and amazingly beautiful form created through anatomical
Perfect.
engineering. Wonderful you are, my automail.
Crazy gearhead.
You're lost without me, Alchemy freak.
It's true. That thing saved you more times than it's been an issue.
The shoulder's new.
Yeah.
It looks different.
Good.
The pauldron.
Increase the
Yeah.
percentage. Hey, listen up!
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yep. You have to know the trick to it, though. Major, you see that seal on the inside of
Because
his
he
back?
needs both
That's
hands.
the
Yeah.
medium between Al's soul and the armor.
Does he not lose his middle arm now trying the thing?
No, it's just changing the metal. That's it.
There you
Wow.
go. You're good as new.
Let's go.
You ready to try it out?
Yeah.
Fight Armstrong. Or each other.
Nice.
Really, first thing tomorrow
I
morning.
love these two.
Yeah.
Mouth breather.
It's like milk is coming out again.
How old are the two of you boys now?
I'm 14, and brother's 15.
And Winry?
To think
She's like the
someone as
same
young
age
and
as
as small
Edward,
as
I
he
think.
is.
Granny, Winry, I'm so grateful to you for always welcoming us like we're really family.
I love
Oh,
this kid so much.
But
They just feel like family to me already.
the same way.
Don't you worry, dear. We know he feels that way too. He doesn't have to say it.
Granny, Winry, thank you.
Armstrong. He's so great.
Thank you again for everything, Granny.
Hold on a second, boys. You should come back once in a while and have dinner with us.
Oh,
You want us to come all this way into the mountains just for some dinner?
yes.
Edward, Alphonse, come back soon, Kay.
Oh. Come on, you can't turn that down, man.
Yeah.
It's a sweet family.
And don't fuck up my automail!
Little shit.
Minnesota.
After credit.
I just about slept through the entire day. Whenever Ed comes over, it's like a tornado hit this place. Huh?
A gift?
Whoopsie.
Oh no. Oh my
An important
gosh.
screw.
I think that's a preview for
Is that a
Yeah, it
preview?
is.
Okay. I thought it was like just about to show that a piece falls, like his entire arm falls off. Oh my gosh.
Hey, damn, and then we don't get another one for 28 or 20 episodes.
Well, guys, for your first time watching, what did you guys think?
Your first time.
Your first time.
Stupido.
Oh, you want to cover your thoughts real quick? Gather your thoughts.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
Well,
real quick. We're jumping into episode 4 and 5 for what Will missed.
okay.
Do you need a recap?
No, I know it has to do with Show Tucker and his daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like as upsetting as like the daughter turning into the dog, and especially
Chimera.
when the chimera, and then they walk in and like see that she's become that, like that's horrible. I think though I can't describe like the rage at wanting to like just murder the father.
dad, yeah.
Like I mean, like I think stuff like that. I don't know. For me, like you do anything to kids, like I just like no holes barred. I'm like just like you need to die, like
Yeah.
in the worst way possible. If you do something horrible to a kid, across the board. Yeah, and I feel no remorse about that. So like
Yeah.
I'd be totally fine if that guy just like dropped
dead
by my hands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, your boy Scar did it.
Yeah,
yes.
Scar did it.
And did Scar do it at the end of that episode?
Very
or
end.
next? Yeah, no,
And
I
then
mean
he
like
kills the dog.
It was pretty quick. Yeah.
I like.
Oh my
that-
god, I love his speech too.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Dear Lord,
Two
two
souls
souls
are
have just
going
been
to
sent to you."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. I was very thankful that the girl didn't have to suffer anymore and she moved on, and that freaking bastard is rotting in hell, hopefully.
Yeah.
So,
It was.
yeah, it was like, that's just like a visceral episode. Like, I think for me personally, I really did not. First episode, like when I watched this, first episode I really like, was like, not that interested. Second episode where we get the kid's backstory, I really like that. It hooked me.
Yeah.
I hated the Liore story. I still don't like it personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not my favorite thing in this show. I think it's actually like, if I think of as many of like the arcs and moments of the show, it's literally like the last thing. It's like the last thing, and then that first episode, and then everything else is up from there, in my personal opinion. And yeah, I really like that. Scar, episode 5. I don't remember like the full details of everything. I know he attacks them, and he's killing other state alchemists.
The kids were feeling their anguish from what had just happened. He came across them in the rain after just killing another guy with a mustache who had like cannons or whatever.
Yeah.
And then basically after the battle, they gave the whole breakdown of like a brief synopsis of the Civil War. Like I don't really know all the details other than a people group were persecuted for the child died.
The child was accidentally shot by a soldier.
by one of them.
Oh yeah, it just started the tension that was, or it just kind of like World War One.
Yes.
And and they got red eyes and a darker skin.
The Ishvalan people.
Ishvalan.
It's spread all to the east.
There's little to none of them left.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that Scar is basically seeking revenge at the people.
For the state alchemists.
Specifically those guys who were brought in after the fact because the war wasn't going well, I guess, for them. So.
And it was the Führer's order.
Yeah.
To eradicate Ishvala.
Yeah. He's lit. Like, I mean.
I'd be pissed too.
Yeah, like if any other human in that situation, I'm like, yep, I feel you. Like, go take revenge. Go avenge your people. I love his design.
Yes.
Also, just the way he fights to me is like so lit. Like just the way he just like grabs. Oh, it's so cool, man.
He has an awesome aesthetic.
At one point in that episode, he doesn't touch a single thing, but he crumbles a set of stairs.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't touch it.
Yeah. He's awesome.
I didn't remember that.
He's
I always
smooth.
remember him. He has to touch it and it crumbles.
He's smooth because like he like moves through butter when he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Like during the stair moment, like they run. He's walking behind them.
Yeah.
And he like glides through the earth. Like it's almost like he's just like kind of like Toph from Avatar. How like she doesn't need to really do hand movements. She just can like tunnel herself because everything is like that's how good she is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it reminded me of.
Now, I mean, I'm sure they haven't really like discussed it, but like, I guess my question for you, Sam, like, what do you think about his like abilities?
I was talking to Adam about that, like how I was describing it like how each person in like Skyrim has like when you study magics, you
Illusion,
have
destruction,
like you have categorical ways. Like Roy Mustang's like fire, the other guy was ice that we met.
Crimson.
Crimson. We heard of the Crimson guy, so I'm assuming like specifically types of metals. I don't know what the deal is with Scar and our main character Ed, because it seems like there might not be a necessary limit. Like it could be just whatever they're in proximity of. Like they just bend whatever is available to them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like time to answer that yet, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
What they are capable of. But I'd say maybe it's similar.
I'm gonna throw something out there because I've been thinking about this the past couple of days. The whole concept of alchemy is you have to give something to take something.
It doesn't seem like
What are the state alchemists giving up to use their abilities?
Well, it's
maybe their
like
strength, their personal ability.
Well, I don't think it's that they necessarily like are personally giving something, but like, okay, for example, like every time Ed, like remember the time when he spawns the spear,
the ground gets taken away.
The ground gets taken away.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever they're using, like
But then what does
like
Roy lose?
But he has to take flames. That's why he can't produce it, because he has to take from something. He has to take from an already made flame to produce flame, I guess.
That I don't think that's really necessarily how it works. Because he was doing it even though it was wet.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I don't know. That's kind of that's the one thing I'm not really sure what the answer is.
Yeah.
If in the comments, don't spoil, but like if you want to give a little brief explanation,
I won't be reading the comments on YouTube. I might check out Patreon. So Patreon guys, try to be a little bit safer about that. But YouTube guys, go to town. I'm not gonna be reading those ones.
If you're in the Discord, we have a whole spoiler section for Fullmetal Alchemist. Go put it down
I'll
there.
leave that up to you guys.
But I will say one thing I will also throw out there is that remember that anybody that uses alchemy is using, transmutation circles.
Yeah.
Other than
those two.
Yes.
Those two.
They can just do it.
And we know Ed because he committed the taboo.
Taboo has given him.
Yeah. But we don't know what Scar's sitch is.
Also,
I
he
can't
doesn't
remember,
have to put his hands together.
I can't remember if I said at the time, but maybe it's also that he had seen the internet, is what we're calling it. The strip of the timeline, whatever. The series of basically info overload.
Mm-hmm.
They've been given stuff.
Yeah.
To an extent. This episode. Oh, sorry.
My one last thing. How does Envy?
They went back to Liore, and she
was on a rooftop.
The thing was disguised as the priest, and then they said, "Envy, change back to yourself. Like, what are you doing?"
I honestly,
and then
can't
Envy
really
changed back.
Talked about.
And it was just like end scene type of thing, like our end episode.
It was in the beginning, but it was.
And then they started
in comparison.
They started a war in Liore.
Shoot, yeah.
Or like people started fighting.
Yeah.
It was chaos.
Okay.
Their current goal between the three of them is to cause infighting amongst the people, between the people who followed the church and people who didn't.
Yeah, the church goers and the church.
I'm pretty sure it was pretty violent too.
Yes, it was. Yeah, but I really enjoyed those episodes. This is where the series starts to really ascend to me in my mind of like being super interested. And even to me, even going back to, not to compare the two, Attack on Titan, but I think in overall shows, I feel like in anime-wise, these two are probably, like, the best, like, written ones. Like, I feel like this one takes off faster than AOT for me personally.
Yeah.
I agree.
But, anyways, this episode, that was a long explanation for me.
Yeah.
No,
It's very well needed.
This episode was fun. It was a lot more lighthearted than I think the ones we've gotten overall.
Change of pace.
Yeah, and not a bad like. I don't think I've had pacing at all, a pacing issue at all with the show yet. Like it flows nice. You don't stay on like something for too long. They keep it going. You get info. You keep going. It's nice. Small things out of the way first. I just really love the scenery that we get in this show.
Yeah.
I think the time period blends really well with like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would want to call like the alchemy stuff or like the metal stuff. The stuff that doesn't belong to like what the time period is.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice blend. It's not I don't know. It's not steampunk. I don't think that's the term, but there's definitely a term for this because I've seen it in movies before.
Let's just go with industrial. Maybe.
Yeah, it's industrial mixed with like
I'd say steampunk,
futurism. There's like futurism mixed with industrial era.
Yeah.
It's really nice though.
They have trains.
I don't know what about it is exciting to me, but it caters to my particular taste when I see visuals from the show. Like seeing the vista, like almost the Italian/Greek vista on the mountain was really nice, and then knowing that this is like World War I era as well with the characters and their attire. Just looking at Armstrong and the guy, the doctor, when they were like on that train.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Narnia actually.
Really?
I think it's the first film that the train takes them out of London.
Yeah.
Out to the boonies, like the far reaches, the rural lands.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
That was middle school.
What was the first thing that happened in this episode?
They went to see that doctor.
That was that right off the bat?
Well,
They were on
I
the
think
train.
they just
The
took a
train.
stop
Okay.
there.
Yeah, doctor. I see the Indiana Jones vibes as well.
Yes.
Also helps that that's also around that kind of time period as well, the World Wars.
Just how he talks and how he looks, I just see Harrison Ford.
Well, why don't you send him a
Harrison
fan
Ford,
request?
hey man, I'm a huge fan. If they do a live action, buddy, you need to play Doctor. Is it Marco or Markov?
I think it's Marcoh.
Marco.
Yeah, dude, you're like 90, still pumping out films. Keep it up.
One of the fans go find
Survived a plane crash.
Give us his email. We'll spam him.
Yeah.
But
I wish our community was that powerful. We could just like sway the opinion of the world.
That'd be fun. I liked the idea that the Philosopher's Stone isn't necessarily a stone, and I guess it makes sense because it's supposed to be like a thing that changes one item to a different item. It's also like the Aether. Sorry to always have to draw comparisons to something else, but like something. It makes sense that the Philosopher's Stone, being that it transmutates things, can maybe be even a gaseous thing. Like we never saw it in a gaseous state, but who knows? Like it's a liquid that forms into a solid.
Well, I'm pretty sure the doctor said that one's incomplete. It hasn't solidified yet.
Yeah, but the guy was saying that there's different names for it. Like it's
That
not
I was gonna ask him about that. All the different names that it got.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not all the Philosopher's Stone. Like there was
Fifth Element.
one that was like the red liquid or something along those lines. So like
The fifth element.
So is this an off-brand of the Philosopher's Stone?
well, he just like Adam said, it's incomplete. So it's not.
he was making
like,
it.
I mean,
Weird.
I think that.
Yeah, that's where I got a little confused during the episode, but it's okay.
Well, I think you could take from that. I mean, it's just like remember how they were trying to, when they were doing the taboo, trying to find the right ingredients for like the human body and all that stuff. It could just be something that
like
the
trying to build it.
yeah, like because remember he says we don't get much information about what he was doing, but he said it was horrible.
It's the devil's work.
It was the devil's work, and creating it was bad. And
that's even wilder. Okay,
he was also
not creating it, but like researching it was bad. I'm sorry.
He was
Okay,
also
so
in the Ishvalan War.
Are you telling me that it is like a craft? Anyone can craft a Philosopher's Stone.
I mean, maybe not anybody,
Yeah.
but like you'd have to be able
people
to
who are
skilled
super
to-
skilled.
Yes.
You probably have to be skilled enough to do it.
So
yeah.
people who put in the hours can basically get the premium option.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I don't have those answers for you. Maybe.
Yeah,
That's maybe one
it's a
way.
rhetorical, but like
Yeah.
that's insane because I just thought of it kind of like a relic. You know how like in
You have to find it?
most media when they talk about like this special thing, it's like something from a god who dropped it, and one day man found it and turned it to their own will.
As above,
It's
so
even
below.
crazier if it's like a forgeable, and you could have multiple of these things. That is so insane. That also can explain why there's been other versions of this, like with the father, Pope, whatever you want to call him, or with the first episode bad guy. Like they have basically like Walmart versions of like a Gucci item, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is really crazy.
Yeah.
No hate on Walmart, sponsor us.
I was gonna say, careful, they're powerful.
No, Walmart's great. Walmart's great.
Yeah,
I was just giving an
we
analogy.
love all companies and all brands here at Working Title Reacts.
Sponsor us. But yeah. I love that idea. I don't know. I didn't pick up on it during the episode. I was hearing him talk about like the unfinished product, and I was like, so is it? But okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's even cooler. I love that. I hope we get to see multiple interpretations then of people's attempts at these stone. Because if that's a thing, then everybody's gonna be wanting it. I mean, that's essentially saying like, hey, you can have gold if you go and buy the cheaper items.
Yeah.
I mean, if you told me right now that I could produce gold on my own and I don't have to go to wild parts of the world to get it, I'd be going right over to
Walmart.
Literally anything. Go and buy a bag of chips, go buy a bag of soda, go buy some makeup, mash it together.
Gold.
If I did it right, gold. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder how like open that info is, because in my opinion, if that was like super common knowledge, everybody and their mom would be trying this.
Well, you gotta remember, like, in episode 3, when they were going to Liore, or whatever the place is with the church, when they were talking about the Philosopher's Stone, they were like, there's, like, nothing on it. It was just, like, it was almost as hard to find out, like, remember when they were kids, they had to dig through all their dad's books and do all this research to figure out how to do the taboo.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing about the Philosopher's Stone. Other than, like, the legend of it, like, no one seems to know anything of it. And they said, Major Armstrong said that when Macro or Marcoh or whatever his name is, the doctor, fled or disappeared, he disappeared with
all his research.
All of his top secret military research. So, and he was so vehemently against it that he didn't even want the kids to have it. But he seemed to have some type of faith that Edward and Alphonse can find the truth inside the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gave them their first nugget to find his, or like start his work. Or
first
start
crumb.
The first breadcrumb to find his work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then waiting for him was...
It also makes sense, real quick, when they were talking about the stone earlier, in a couple episodes earlier, they were saying it has many names, or many people have called it different things. It also makes sense now if it's like multiple items. Like, you would obviously give it different names.
Yeah.
But, sorry. Well,
And then waiting for Markov was...
It's like
Marcoh, sorry.
Waiting for him?
He goes back to
Oh
his
my gosh, I
house.
forgot. Lust.
Yeah.
Lust was
Did
there.
we get her name? It is Lust? Probably.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Alright, well, we'll call her Lust still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, Lust. Damn it. I forgot about that. So, probably a wrong breadcrumb to go down the wrong path.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Okay.
I mean, in fairness, he did kind of look shook when he had a little bit of a like.
Okay. He
but,
wasn't expecting, but he has been in somewhat cahoots with her at one point or another.
Yeah, he worked with her at one point or another.
He was shook when he saw anybody, basically.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't know who's coming to knock on his door.
Yeah.
Who's coming
He
to put
literally
him
went into
out.
hiding and changed his name.
He had that gun ready.
Bro, he shot Ed.
He shot Ed and Odge dodged it at the last second.
Odge dodged it.
Ed dodged it at the last second. I combined Ed...
Honestly, I
Fuck
thought
it.
it was like an anime term,
Nope.
like some were saying
Odge
on it,
dodge.
and I was just gonna go with it.
I combined
I
Ed
was
with
gonna go
dodge, Odge... Fuck
Listen,
it.
you can get away with it. Just to make up terms, and I'll think it's anime
Odge.
stuff. Odge, God.
Yeah, dude,
Dodge.
totally odd shit, man. It's crazy.
Total Odge job.
Speaking of odd things, Armstrong, man. Dude, just ripping off his shirt.
Yeah.
Love it.
He's just showing you the true affection of his muscles and love.
And I appreciate it. I wondered during this episode, because he is so much like All Might, did the people who made My Hero love
him?
this show so much that when they were inspired and created the manga for All Might, that they had Chris Sabat in mind to play him? And be like, hey, this guy's essentially like Armstrong in a weird way.
Well, I don't know, just because I would imagine that they don't put much thought, like, in creating these, just because it's Japanese in origin. I'm sure they might have, like, Japanese voice actors that they might have in mind of, like, oh, the guy that plays Levi could definitely play this character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would imagine, like, that's the idea that they have going into it, not necessarily, like, the English dub, because, like, I mean, if you were creating a show right now, would you even consider to think of a French voice actor that would be perfect for playing a character for the French dub of your English show? You know what I mean?
No.
Like that's just something I don't think that was put into it. But
Depends on the success, I guess. I don't know.
But the people who casted for My Hero, who like picked voice actors, probably like, yo, remember Chris Sabat played Major Armstrong like perfectly? Like we kind of want that for All Might.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that happening, but.
We moved on to the farm. We got the return of Winry and Miss Granny, little shrimp lady, and the doggy.
Bells?
Yeah,
Rock Bells.
The Rock Bells. It was nice to return to them. It was cool to see Winry grown up a bit. Far more grown up than the two boys. At least physically. I mean, she's superiorly taller than the other two, if we're not counting Al's metal body.
You don't know how tall Alphonse would be right now.
I don't. That's why I said it's hard
He
to know.
could be 6'7". We don't know.
That would be unfortunate for
Ed.
for Ed's sake. I'm gonna say hopefully not. She's cool. I like her strong-headedness. It's good to combat Ed. It makes for a little fun time between the two of them. I could actually, might be early to say, but if we're talking romance in shows, I could probably see something spark. Mostly because of the butting of heads. Like, there's always makes for like a cute thing.
You ship it?
I would ship like those love triangles where both the brothers might fall for her, and then there's conflict between them. That could be something. They are young. She's probably gonna be attracted. She might be attracted to one of them. They're probably both gonna be attracted to her. If I had to take a guess. Yeah. Moving away from the romance, I think she's badass. I think that she's cool. I like that she builds. I like that she's determined. I hope, honestly, I know the show's probably obviously going to focus on the two boys. I would like her to be a main if I had the option. Or at least at worst case scenario, I want her to be like a side character that we have every 3 episodes or every 5. Or I want her to return. I think she's cool. Granny, I mean, she's a granny. I think she's just going to fill the role of like the somewhat motherly figure and then mostly comedic.
Yeah.
And the dog's cute too. Reminds me of your dog. A little
Jax.
bit. The color scheme.
Mm-hmm. My dog has all 4 legs.
Are you sure about that? Let me go check.
Oh!
That's creepy.
Yeah.
As I insert the dog noise from the previous episodes in right now.
Oh, God.
Daddy's hurting. Daddy hurts.
Here we go. Back to it.
It's just me. Twiddling my earring.
Granny gave a little rundown of the boy's history. To Major Armstrong. And we got a little tidbit of something we didn't know before. Where's their house, Sam?
No longer there. They tore it down themselves, burned it to the ground, probably out of fits of anger, maybe out of hope of literally erasing the memory that they just experienced.
Well, she gave an actual answer as to why they did it.
I didn't hear it.
She said that they did it to signify that there was no home no more, so they had nowhere to go but forward.
Right, not to look back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught it, but in the intro there is a scene of them standing in front of and the house is burning.
I did not notice that.
Yeah.
You're talking about the scene where like they lose their body parts and then you see Winry get hit with like a gust of wind.
It's somewhere around there where you just see the two boys and the house is on fire.
I'll keep a look for it. Yeah. That's super poetic. They've talked about that, I think, once at least, about pushing forward when they're talking to the girl from the church because she was lost as well, and they're like, stand on your feet, get up, and the world's in front of you. Push forward until it works out for you. Yeah, it's really. I mean, that's cruddy. I don't know what else to really say other than like, I feel bad for them. Mm-hmm. Also, with the dad, they said just got up one day and just kind of ditched.
Yeah.
I know we're going to return to him, maybe even in the first half of this thing because he's in the intro. Definitely, it's going to be it's him. It's going to be the guy with the ponytail who looks just like them.
With the glasses.
Zeke Yeager.
With
the wall behind him.
The wide-faced Zeke Yeager.
Oh, seriously. He has a square jaw, for sure. Who would have known that there was a man who could almost look as buff as Zeke Yeager in face alone?
Oh, yeah.
I'm very interested in the dad. I like knowing that there is that part of the like story that we can go to. I don't know if it's tied to like the war stuff that we have happening, like the Civil War. If I had to choose once again, I would say if it is tied, make it so that his story also could be separated and like there's other stuff you can glean from. I don't want all like the mystery of the show to be like one solid thing unless it's like a lot of hidden things to like jump into. I think it'd be cool if like he's also detached a bit from the story and has like a story we can jump into in the later half of the show.
Yeah.
On the Civil War, and we'll wrap this up soon because I want to go into the next episode. It's good to know that Armstrong feels very bad about what happened. I was wondering like what his stance was because I've been kind of worried about these military guys and what they got from the war personally, individually, since I'm not sure how clean their hands are between Roy and the other guy who doesn't have magic and obviously the Führer himself. Right now, I think Armstrong's leaning in the better direction, but we'll see. But that's all I have to say. Bless you!
Bless you. Armstrong asked about Winry's parents, which I think...
They died during the war.
Yeah.
Sucks. I wanted her to be able to find them.
Well, she brought it up. You probably just
remember. She said Hawkeye.
She already said her parents were dead.
Yeah.
She said it to the lady, but I just took it as like maybe that's just like what they told her. I was hoping that maybe that wasn't necessarily the full truth and that we could find them.
I think it was more of what she thought.
That's
I don't
also
think she told it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
She was told that. I think she thought that they're just
She came to the
dead.
conclusion.
Yeah. But I think too it seems like most characters in the show regret the Ishvalan War. I don't know if we run into like a military person that was like, that was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's some characters we haven't heard their like opinions or thoughts on, but like even like the dumb villain from the first episode. I mean, like that was his whole motive for like going after the Führer.
Yeah.
He was like pissed about what was going on. Other than the dude in the jail. The dude in the jail was like there was like that. The guy was like, "That's why you killed all those officers, and that's why you're in here now. Help me." And he was like, "Oh, you don't understand." And he just kind of like laughed like he was crazy. So, you know,
I'm excited to meet him too, the Crimson guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited to jump into the next one.
I wanted to bring up. I thought it was interesting that not everybody knows that the Elric Brothers committed the taboo. So now Armstrong knows because the grandma told him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting.
yeah,
I forgot that it's not common knowledge.
Yeah.
Roy knows it. Hawkeye knows it.
Probably
Armstrong
Führer.
knows it. Most likely.
yeah. Like,
But the Führer has probably dabbled in stuff as well, so...
yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, not everybody knows what it is, and also it's kind of interesting because not a lot of people not everybody's keen on what alchemy is too. Even though it's so prevalent in like the military, like the people that were getting healed by the doctor, like he just is there and light happens and everything's all better. It's like, well, I mean, that's like borderline magic alchemy right there. And even like the priest doing, I mean, he's clear, like Edward and Alphonse recognized he was doing alchemy immediately, but like, you know, the average person does not. Yeah, over their head.
Also, I thought that it was interesting that every time the taboo was brought up, they're like, what Why would you do that? You boys are idiots. Armstrong, just because he's a goofy guy, was the first one to be like, oh, that was so honorable of you to do that. You're such a warm-hearted child.
Yeah.
Try to bring your mother back.
Yeah. He has a fun approach.
Yeah.
I like him. I guess 0.5 All Might. The original. 0 All Might.
This is not super buff. It's like a little...
I don't know. He's pretty
Dude, no,
freaking
he
buff.
is jacked.
He's buff, and he's got like this look to him that almost looks like bubblegum. Like his muscles are like fluffy.
Yeah.
I feel like I would bounce off him, where All Might, I feel like I'd run into him and
brick wall.
Dead.
Yeah.
On impact.
Yeah, instant concussion. I don't have anything else.
It's so funny.
Guys, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below what your thoughts are. Also, fill us in on some of the things you think we forgot. Will and Adam will read them when they can. And for the time being, we are going to jump into the next episode. Punch it!
Bah!